Welcome back to this week 17 swing trading analysis video. In this video, I'm going to analyze the best catalyst-based swing opportunities of week 17, 2025 and dissect their catalysts. If you're new here, I'm sharing my journey learning trading, focusing on catalyst-based day trading, especially in the pre-market, and catalyst-based swing trading. And I'm looking to develop an edge over news and catalyst. So if this is something that interests you, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. The first stock we're going to look at is CEP, which is a recent IPO and also a SPAC, a special purpose acquisition company. So this stock had a news on the 23rd of April, right before the market opened at 9:27. And the news was that a partnership between Tether, SoftBank Group, and Jack Mellers was going to launch a Bitcoin native company called 21 through CEP, right? So the bullet headlines here explain that essentially that this venture is expected to hold 42,000 Bitcoins on a mission to maximize Bitcoin ownership per share, so giving Bitcoin exposure through ownership, and that the co-founder was this Bitcoin prominent figure, Jack Mellers. It explains actually further in the article who he is, that he was going to be leading this company as a CEO, and that just reiterating here that 21 is expected to offer investors a singular vehicle for Bitcoin exposure. So these are for the bullet headlines, and then the article itself just explains what the news is about. So again, 21, a newly formed entity, today announced that it has entered into a definite agreement with business for a business combination with CEP. Saying again that it's a SPAC affiliated with Cantor Fitzgerald, a leading financial services, etc., etc. And so then here explaining that 21 will be majority owned by Tether, so which is one of the world largest stablecoin issuer. And then goes into explaining the details of the investment or the transaction. And so here says that 21 and CEP have also entered into subscription agreements with investors to raise a closing nearly 600 million, like $585 million of total additional capital, consisting of $385 million through convertible senior notes, secured notes, and $200 million through a common equity PIPE, which is private investment into public equity. And together with business combination, the purpose transaction. Okay, the net proceeds from this will be, which will close contemporaneously with the business combination, okay, will be used to purchase additional Bitcoin for general corporate purposes. Okay, so they're just explaining what they're going to do with this money, but essentially it's very, very Bitcoin focused. And then goes and says that 21, which is this newly formed company, is expected to launch with more than 42,000 Bitcoin, which is a pretty big number, making it the third largest Bitcoin treasury in the world as of today. So these are amazing news, amazing, very, very bullish, I suppose, for CEP. Then after this, I think these are just details of the venture. Then it goes here and actually talks a little bit about the co-founder. It mentions here that as the founder of CEO of Strike, yes, he is a founder of Strike, and he has built one of the world leading digital payment providers, etc., pioneer Bitcoin brokerage infrastructure. And then there is nothing more to the news, but already what we saw is extremely bullish. So okay, so why was this obviously the market reaction was very good, was extremely bullish. We're going to look into this in a minute. But let's say, why was this news very bullish, even before looking at the market reaction? Well, first off, there's a lot of interest currently, a lot of interest on Bitcoin focused ventures. Bitcoin currently, I think, is trading at around 100K. At the time, maybe it was, I didn't check, but it was 87, roughly around that, thousand. So there's a lot of hype, a lot of interest around Bitcoin. The other reason was that the venture, this particular venture, is backed by prominent entities, like endorsing this particular venture. Tether is the world's largest stablecoin issuer. SoftBank Group is a known investment holding company, and Jack Mellers is this founder of Strike and also a significant figure in the Bitcoin world. The other reason why this was a very bullish news is the fact that this combined venture, the 21 capital company, says that it aims to hold 42,000 Bitcoin, and that would position it as the third largest corporate Bitcoin treasury in the world. So that's also very significant. And the last point is, of course, the details and the size of the transaction, which is also very significant. The article says that the venture already secured nearly 600 million, 585 million in additional capital through a combination of convertible senior secured note of 385 millions and 200 million through a common equity PIPA financing. So this is a very significant investment, showing a lot of interest and a lot of faith in this particular venture. And of course, the article also mentioned that the proceeds are intended for further acquisition of Bitcoin. So again, emphasizing that there will be a significant Bitcoin exposure through ownership. So all of this is extremely bullish. And now let's look at the market reaction. Okay, so now we're looking at the CEP daily chart. And as you can see, on the day itself, the stock rallied 55%, right? But this news actually was a catalyst for a multi-day swing, and the whole move was 377%. So that's a very, very good move. That's very impressive. 55% on the day itself is obviously a very good return. But if you can capture the whole swing, or even just part of it, that is also very good. And this just shows the potential of these kinds of news, how much they can move a stock, and it shows you the sort of magnitude that you could expect from a news like this when there is an interest in a theme, for example, Bitcoin currently. Then the moves can be multi days, but also more than 100%, 200%, 300%, 400%. So this is something that you could keep in mind, I suppose, for future themes, or also Bitcoin related news and catalysts. The next stock we're going to look at is Pony AI. So this stock didn't have any stock specific news, but what happened is that on the 23rd of April, it broke out after a very long downward trend that started here on the 24th of February. And so obviously I looked at this breakout and I thought, that's an interesting breakout. Why is it breaking out after this this downward trend? And the thing is, Pony AI is actually, so obviously it's an AI company, first of all, and second, it is although it's not a Chinese company per se, but it has a very strong Chinese roots, founded by Chinese nationals, or I think, anyways, and announced many partnerships in the prior months, many partnerships with Chinese companies, which may have actually caused the downtrend move. And what happened was that on the 23rd of April, the whole market actually rallied on the back of President Trump announcing or signaling actually a softer approach towards China and reducing the tariffs, etc., which I think was the fuel and the reason for the breakout and the start of this very impressive swing, which we can see here was nearly 368%. So that's a very impressive swing, and it's something that I'm actually very disappointed about, because I did enter that stock on the day of the breakout at $5, something like 5 and a few cents, and I got stopped out. So I actually missed that whole move. I didn't look into entering again. But it gets to show what's actually possible, what can happen. Obviously, this is a news-driven market, but when you are, when you have something that suffered so much from the news, like this particular stock, Chinese related, AI related, and then there is some turning point, some turn in news, then you can have a rally and you can capture. You can get 300, 400%, even 100%. I would be very happy with this. But in this particular case, that was a nearly 370% swing. So that's it in terms of this week 17 analysis of swing trading. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, please give me a like, subscribe, comment, share, and thank you for watching.